Okay, interesting. As you can see, right now, when I Alt-tab out of the game to click any buttons or do anything, it completely freezes the game. For this wonderful Wednesday, I wanted to do something different and head to the garage to work on some vehicles. I don't know why it's doing this, though. But yeah. And sorry, I just need to finish a little message to somebody. Sorry, folks. That's a message set that I wanted to get out. Anyways, this is Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, a game that probably no one plays anymore, or very few people do. Especially since there's a new Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. That one, though, I have heard doesn't have a off-road track. It doesn't have a few of the things that this game does, just in general. So I decided to kind of pull it back and go old school. Do this one, whereas a lot of other people are probably streaming the new one. We are going to continue on my profile because I've actually done quite a bit on this, so I probably already still have customer orders waiting. There's that. Probably have cars that have been in the office for, I don't know, months, years. These customers are very patient. Also, I just realized the other thing that I forgot to do. Wow, I am way out of it today. Let's see, my Docker's chat. There we go. Okay. Now I have my chat open. I just realized I didn't even have my chat open. So yeah, there's all sorts of issues this stream that I'm getting to. That could be a game thing. If you go to that game, it's going to lock the game to you. Yeah, that's what I'm almost wondering, Shining. I don't know why, though. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, that's that Mach 1. I remember that. I think this is my Mach 1, if I remember right. In fact, I don't remember any of the buttons, so. Car status. Faulty parts. Order summary. Nope, this is a customer's. They wanted some stuff fixed. Knocking noise from under the engine bay. Let's check it out. Wow. I forgot how, quickly this game tries to make you move. You can just barely tap the keys and I'm like, wow, you have a lot of problems under this hood. Let's, let's start by just ripping everything apart, because for some reason, folks, if you haven't played this game before, everything that is bad shows with this kind of rusted look. That fuel filter's gonna have to be replaced, I know that much. That's probably way past you. Maybe carburetor. I don't know why, but I like ripping apart the entire vehicle for some reason. By no means do I have to. There's a lot of time that I could spend doing other things. Oh, wait, oh, gotta pull up the clip here. And there is usually another one. How did I rotate? No, not that. Wrong button. Oh, there we go. Okay. And that clip right there. But yeah, this game is probably as realistic as you can make a game while still having a sort of game sense. The 2021 is also very nice, but I do think that they should also have done some other things to it. Oh, now I remember what I almost forgot to do. Let's do this, folks. Let's raise it up. They're from Maine. These people are always driving. Okay. How did I do this? It was... In case you're seeing the songs up at the top and you're like, oh, I've never heard any of this music yet. It's exclusive to this game. Oil drain. There we go. Move the equipment to under my lift. And use the equipment. There we go. Always important to drain the fluids, folks, that we don't spill it all over your area. And today I'm drinking a peace tea because my lovely fiance brought some to me. Move the equipment, bring it back. There we go. Okay. I love your car, bro. I want to take all these parts from you. I'm going to take everything you own, and I'm going to break all of it. I'm a mechanic. Oh, wait. Oh, right there. I'm trying not to move my camera angle. I just want to, like, grab stuff and be like, oh, I almost forgot up here. I gotta take those bolts. Okay, then the lower one. Come on. Wait. God. Huh? No, God. Gosh darn it. Rah. Not where I wanted to go. Whatever. That's okay. I'm charging by the hour. Yeah, we're doing. Oh, Spike, new game I see. Yep, I've had this for quite a while, but I just haven't done a live stream of it. And I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna rip apart this vehicle today. This was a Ford 19. I can't remember. Anyways, it's a Mach 1 Mustang. So somebody had it. They brought it into the shop, and I didn't even bother to use any of my testing equipment. I'm just like, to hell with it. It's a one charge anyways. I'm just ripping the whole thing apart, and I'm gonna go ahead and fix everything I can on this first and worry about everything else later. Some things that are a little unrealistic is, like, for instance, if I tried, I could actually access all of this from the underside in, like, the 2021 version, if I remember right. What? No, hey, why? There, okay. I haven't played this in so long that I'm trying to get used to the controls again. An oil filter, and in case you weren't here just a moment ago, basically all you missed was I just got done raising the car up and starting to take stuff apart on it. This game tries to do stuff as realistic as they can for 2018, so much rust on that Stang. How can so? Yeah, yeah. For some reason, they everything that has any sort of damage to it, even if it's just like, oh, you have a squeaky hubcap or something, they just add rust to show that there was damage to it. So I don't know why they did that, because even in 2021, even with many people asking them, like, what's with everything just being rusted, they still just kind of were like, oh, well, everything's going to get rust. But I will give them one thing. For them making the game, they made sure to get all the licensing for all these cars that are seen here. And then there's also, because of the licensing, they have all the schematics and everything like that are dead accurate. So, like, if I actually wanted to tear this car apart and figure out how to put it back together and everything like that in real life, I could go to this game, load this car up, and then actually pull it apart on the game, and then be on like a walkie-talkie or whatever, telling somebody how to pull it apart in real time, and it would be 100% accurate. Never being a mechanic before, and okay, can't access that from down here. Don't know why I can't access any of that from down here, but whatever. I do know I can access all of this. But yeah, I'll be able to, like, if someone was to ask me about stuff, I could actually tell them step by step exactly what needs to come off, where it's located, send them video game pictures, basically. And because of this game, I went from originally a long time ago wanting to have a Ford F-350 to now saying that there is no way in hell I'll own an F-350. Yeah, probably. It honestly would not surprise me if this already is implemented into some sort of training program. Because, I mean, the game is accurate enough to detail every little thing. Oh, and I can't do that. I need to zoom out. Okay, that's all good. Let's rip your gearbox out, but first that means the drive shaft, if I remember right. So take out all that. It's been so long since I played this game, I just basically, honestly, folks, if you weren't already here for this, I basically was just like, we're just going to take everything apart on this vehicle and start from scratch on it. And since this is my old profile, I do have... Yeah, in fact, there is actually a simulator, if I remember right, for doctors to go on to, that some doctors in certain areas have actually stated that they use as their training program because it's more accurate and easier to utilize than on-site training for, like, oh, hey, let's train this person how to remove a lung or something like that. And those doctors end up actually becoming top-tier doctors. Why is this still stuck? Oh, yeah. See, and that's the one thing. Like, when I'm like, why is this still stuck? It will tell me, like, as I'm just hovering over it, how it turns that bearing orange, or red, or whatever color it actually is. Basically, when it lights that up, it tells me that's the reason that it's still not coming off. And so, like, a person that's in training could be like, oh, okay, so that's what I forgot to do. So there's bushings at both sides of this. I wouldn't have known. I would have thought maybe it's a bolt or something, but okay, cool. Looking for a bushing. Take your fuel tank out. But yeah, no, if I was an actual mechanic and I seen a Mach 1 Mustang come into my shop like this, I can't guarantee that I'd be telling the person, okay, it's all done and fixed up, you're ready to go. There'd probably be a little bit longer of a talk. Maybe. they'd probably just be like, fix the car and get out of my damn vehicle. And I'd be like, why don't you go fix it yourself, you prick? Come on. Zoom out. There we go. Okay. That's what happens when you don't play a game for long enough periods of time. You just kind of forget every button. That, and this game does... that, or just be like, yeah, your car went into the shop, but we never logged it. I don't know where the hell they put it. You know where they drove it to? And if he's like, what do you mean? Just, I don't know. Like, there was supposed to be a car in my shop. They said they were bringing it in. I don't remember seeing one. And unlike in real life, like, this gray is an actual car, so I couldn't technically do this. You would have to stay under the gray. So you'd have to know where you can and can't move to. So, technically speaking, I'm disobeying the laws of physics. Come on. No. That, right there. I never realized how the inside of gearboxes and everything work, like, right up front. So, it was actually kind of cool when I first seen this. Oh. And that is all accessible from Engine Bay. Okay, so let's lower you back down. And phone's ringing. More clientele want me to pick up their stuff. $74,000. I do not have much money. I just realized that. No oil pan. Cannot do this. Well, okay. I don't know why it wouldn't let me take the cap off because I don't have oil. Like that. What? I'm going to go ahead and say they got that wrong. I'm pretty sure you can still remove the cap to put oil into it, or just in general remove the cap if you have no oil. Unless there's vehicles out there that just magically, like, once you drain the oil, they suddenly hold on to the cap for that. Oh, man. By the way, folks, this is how you don't fix a vehicle, because you would really not want to pull the entire vehicle apart. On the next vehicle we do, I'm going to show you how you actually would deal with pulling this vehicle apart. Or whatever vehicle we're working on, I should say. What do I need? Okay, the exhaust manifold, which is a ton of bolts. Spark plugs, gotta pull those out. They will hold anything into the head of the engine until they shatter. See, so in real life, what they'd be doing is they'd be like this angle. They're impacting. They come over here to this backside. Do that. And they gotta look up and over and come on. Oh, nope. That's not what I wanted to do. Wrong button. See, here's their serpentine belt B. Here's the other serpentine belt. Also, in case you're wondering, folks, this game and the 2021 version both have extensive libraries of cars that you can buy off their DLC packs. And basically, each of those things allows you to work on various different vehicles. This one is specifically certain cars around like the 2018 area, I think, and then I have a pack on here for, how was it? It was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically older cars. So, I have some older cars in here as well. I don't even know if I'll be able to fix this whole vehicle up like I normally want to. I've actually completely fixed vehicles before in this game, but that's okay. If I need money, I'll just head to my garage and sell the stupid F350 that I have. Pretty sure I still have that. Yeah, no, the reason I decided against getting an F350 after years of wanting one was literally because of this game. It shows you how much of a pain in the butt it is to get the spark plugs changed on that thing. And I literally was like, yeah, I'm not going through that. No, I will not do it. And I was like, I'll just take it to a shop. And I looked up the shop prices. And when I looked up how much a shop charges to remove the spark plugs and change your spark plugs on the F350, I decided I don't need an F350 ever. Like, I'll find other ways to get stuff because no, heck no. Okay, then this should come right out. Yep, it pulls straight out just like that. So without the radiator or anything on the front, you could pull it straight through the grill that you would have been able to pop off. Okay, and then now that's there, I'm just gonna steal this guy's hood, and I'm gonna take his fenders and the doors and everything. Actually, wait, wait, what? Assemble mode. Put the door back on. Hold on a sec. Take your window first. Or assemble the window first. There we go. Okay. Now then. Okay. Normal mode. That way, it registers on my system as one piece. That's right. I'm taking apart the entire vehicle. This is stuff that, like, you totally wouldn't need to do. This guy probably came in and he's like, I need my oil changed. And can you also see why my system has kind of a clinking noise to it? I'm like, gotcha. I got this, bro. And then I took his whole car apart, and he came back and he's like, hey, is the car almost ready? And I'm like, yeah, well, you see here, we started finding some issues with your car, and I'm working on it right now. So we have to... What? From engine bay. I literally just looked at it. It said for some reason accessible under. Why? Okay, so I gotta do this. I gotta look like right at the pistons, because you probably, I'm guessing, would put your hand under the engine like this, and then you push on it and get just high enough where you can grab onto it, pull it out. I'm assuming that's what they do. They might actually have a tool that specializes for that, but I'm just saying, just in general, what they're doing is basically pushing it forward, I bet, enough so that you can grab it. And, there we go. Okay. Now I got everything from there. Ooh. Have other windows. I must take all your windows. And all your pieces, too. Such a beautiful car. I absolutely love when customers in this game bring me cars like this. Oh, come on, you piece of crap. I don't know why it says that. I would tell somebody, jump on a pallet, pull that goddamn piece off. It's one bolt. I'd be like, we breaking safety violations today. Okay. And now, accessible from the engine bay. You are a liar. This game is lying to me, folks. It's lying! It's just pull the engine block because I'm a He-Man. I just pick the whole engine up, just take it straight out of there. And there we go. I got a repair bench over here because I'm a master mechanic. I know how to tinker and fix things. But I do have a chance to fix things, I should say. That's okay, cool. Got it. I'm using them master mechanic skills to slowly grind away and fix stuff. Because you'd be surprised, but they don't actually need to give you a new part if they can, so to speak, restore it. If they can restore it into new-like condition, then they can sell you that as a renewed item. So if you ever buy something new and it says restored or renewed or anything like that, that's not brand new. That's been used and they fixed it up. So that's basically what I'm doing here. Come on. I think I got a good chance at fixing this stuff. There we go. Every now and then I'll have stuff that says like 40% and then I can break it, so I'm like, whoops. So that's why I was going slow originally. Okay, so now who is calling? Stop calling my phone, people. Okay, you want something? You're about to go away. Oh, ooh. I will take that. Brake problems. Not much of a problem, but just brakes. And that'll give us a nice little easy thing to work on. So now what we're going to do is... assemble mode. There we go. No. No? Part mount, that's what it is. Okay, you got your engine, folks. I just made it all nice and shiny. Oh, nope, can't have that. Ignition coil B is what I need. That, okay. Fuel filter. Okay. Ugh. Got a few parts. Got a few parts that I need fixed. But I don't know how to fix those particular parts, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of work to this vehicle. We're gonna hope. Parts mount. Okay. Front cross member. Nope, that's not going back on there. Front sway bar. Nope. I'm giving this person a nice vehicle. I'm not gonna chintz out and be like, hey, you need to pay me for this absolutely shitty work that I'm gonna do. Yep. I renewed that. I know. Yep. I was gonna say I know I renewed those. Yeah, that was just absolutely. Yep. Nope. That's gotta be something new. There we go. Bracket that stuff on. This is the part that's super unrealistic because in technicality I'm bolting these to nothing. There we go. Because yeah, that's just floating right now. So I would actually have to tell the person how legitimately to put this stuff together, which would be, technically speaking, this part right here. The suspension arms would have to go on first. And yeah, it's not gonna fly. I want some rubber bushings. I need to see about. Oh, never mind. My computer. There we go. Let's see. I need to go into the main shop, I believe it is, and then I need to go rubber. There we go. I don't know. Grab like 10 of those. Because the small ones are typically on some stuff, but usually I go through more of the regular ones. Yeah, it's not like I don't want to install the bushings. Are you sure you want to install the bushings on this item? Yeah. I wasn't exactly gonna tell the customer they don't get their bushings. Whew, man. All of this muffler setup needs to be redone. Okay. Assembly mode. Nope, not that mode. Nope. Gotta go like this. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And that's not any good. Let's go back here. Part mount. Nope. There we go. We fixed up that part, so that's good. Got that. Got that. Got that. Good. Trying to make sure that we get this car all put together. There we go. Drum wheel cylinder. Brakes. Brake shoes. Ah, she's looking better. Brake drum. We do not have a good brake drum with us. That will wait. I'm being too nice. I'm giving these people a heck of an upgrade, if you ask me. Okay, that's the small ones. There we go. Yeah. Trying to. There's that. There we go. Gotta put these on. Can't just have the item floating in thin air, folks. Unfortunately, that's not how we roll here. That. Okay. Solution. That's like half of this. Okay, so part mount. And then get this side as good as I can. There we go. Got that nice and tight on there. And drum wheel cylinder, yeah, that's not going to cut it. Why do I have all these Bentley parts? Valve push rods. Engine blocks. Like, what? I have a lot of stuff in here. I don't know why I'm carrying around a bunch of that stuff. I probably picked up a Bentley at some point and was doing work on it. It's probably actually here, but not there. Let's see here. So what I need to do is go to it's over here. First off, battery charger. Charge this battery because, you know, even a dead battery apparently can be charged. Get onto the computer. Small rubber bushings. Grab like 6 of those. Let's see. Suspension. Oh, what was it? It was. I need to relook it up. Like, it's like, you still haven't fixed the problem. Like, yeah, it will. It'll be fixed. Knocking sound coming from suspension. I agree. There probably is. Disc brake vented. Wait, actually, I forgot. I have a little handheld iPad. Sell parts with conditions below, say, 80%. Another thing we can do is over here, have a spring puller. Separate the parts of this one. Yes. Basically, it shoves the spring together. I can disassemble it and then unrelease that tension. There we go. Separate and this. Okay, now then, let me go to my tablet. Aha, that's what it was. Okay. I'm starting to figure it out again, folks. Starting to figure it out. Brake drum. Okay. So I need 2 brake drums. Brake drum. Okay, so I need 2 of these. That's for the backside. That way, I can go like this and go. One goes here, and one. Oh yeah, this one had a drum wheel cylinder also. Drum wheel cylinder, and probably pads also, I would assume, but I'm not gonna buy it first. We're gonna make sure. Oops, didn't want to do that. Part mount, not dismount. I was kind of wondering why I did that. Okay, put that on. And do we have any good brake shoes? Yes, we do. Cool. Brake drum. There we go. Vintage race tires. All of these are bad. You're a very bad person. You can't do anything. We're gonna go to the tire changer. Separate parts. Give or take for it being a game, it's still pretty beautiful watching all of this happen. I do wish though that they had an option for like clean your shop, and as you walked around you could wait for a few seconds and clean the trash off the ground. Oh, and by the way, this is not actually the standard look of this shop. This is actually it was like an upgrade that I got. So even though it's dirty, it looks much better now than what it did. It was basically like for tires. It wasn't wall mounted. It was like sitting on a pallet, if I remember right. And then, when you very first start on the game, you first start with like basically right here you have one car that can come in, and then right here somewhere you have like one of these lifts, and then when I got 3 it shifts it over slightly, that way you can have 3. Okay, let's see if we can repair that stuff. Yep. Ooh, 95% chance. Good. Sounds good to me. There we go. I'm a good repairman. No items to work with. Oh yeah, because I don't have the actual tires. I just have the what you call it. I have the rims ready to go. Parts mount. Boom. Put that one there. Yeah. That's the one thing I do kind of hate, is trying to work around all this, but I mean, hey, in the real world, this would not be easy. Oh, I don't have any of those. Okay. Leaf spring U-bolts. I need 2 of those, I think. Leaf. There we go. I'll just type that. Boom, because I need that. I think we had one of those that was still good. So, we'll see. We'll see for sure. What the? No, no, no. Come on. Why are you looking at the muffler? There's this. That's probably the worst of it, is knowing that even though you see what you're looking for, the game has to see what you're looking for. So, but overall, still not bad. I've played this off and on in the past. And it's just kind of a fun game. Yep, I actually have the plate on there somehow. I guess it's just magnetically adhered right now. Rear shock absorber B, and is this also B? Yes, it is. Yeah. Rear shock absorber B. There we go. Got 2 of those coming. And I probably need this. Probably. But, like I said, I don't want to buy it unless I actually have to. So, if it doesn't tell me I need it for this car, then I don't plan to get it. Fuel tank. That was broken, if I remember right. Yep. Tablet. Because, you know, all things are universal. There's a fuel pump. Actually, I think I might have fixed that one. Oh, they do have more fuel tanks. So, for some of the vehicles out there, that's that. It was for the longest time, it was just this fuel tank for like everything. You could be working on a Pinto, it's that fuel tank. Working on a giant truck, it's still that fuel tank. There we go. Bam. Okay, now what tires did you have? They were, I forgot what tires I actually had. We're gonna give you some nice racing tires, I guess. Tablet. Go back. Tire shop. I believe, if I remember right, he had the vintage race tires. Ooh, them are pricey. How big are them? Oh, I forgot to write it down. Car stats. Hopefully you still have it in here. Let's see here. Yeah, I didn't write it down. Huh. That's gonna be interesting. Front steering knuckle C. Okay. Out of there. Oops. Forgot. Gotta go to a different website. Steering knuckle C. There we go. So, there we go. Put this on. Do I have all the other parts set full? No, I don't. Okay. Bottom suspension. That and that. Yep. I want to mount it with the bushings. Not trying to screw this customer over. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see here. Front axle knuckle cover. Front axle. Oops. Ah. Can't type for nothing today. Or ever, really. But let's be honest. Not like I actually give a dang. Oh, so front wheel hub. So, grab that. I normally don't just like drop all my dollars down onto somebody else's vehicle. Normally I would put them all into mine, but this customer deserves something good. Okay, wheel hubcap. Got that. And brake disc ventilated. I swear I bought one of those. Is that able to fix one? Nope. Interesting. Brake disc ventilated. Yeah, as of, if you're wondering what's going through my head right now, it's literally, what size were those tires? Because I really don't remember what size of tires this car had on it. And since I already sold them, I don't know if there's a way for me to check the size. So I might give this guy his car back on blocks. Be like, yeah, don't know what to tell you, buddy. I think I can check the rims, though. Brake pads. What's the shittiest brake pads I can give you? I guess this. Probably need a brake caliper as well, but like I said, if it ain't bad, we ain't fixing it. Oh, we do have a caliper and we have a good brake. Good. That is good. Upper suspension arm. I was like, I don't remember seeing one of those. Upper suspension arm. So, upper suspension arm. Upper sus. What is this one? Parts mount. That, and that. We're running out of bearings. Yeah, bearings. There we go. Double wishbone shock absorber. So that, I need to go double wishbone shock absorber. I do believe I needed 2 of those. And I needed a shock. I think it's going to be this, but I'm going to double check first. Wait on. Oh. Okay, front spring, and then almost forgot about that part. Front spring. This dude's gonna be like, congratulations, I'll give you $700. Front shock absorber, yep. That's what I was talking about. Front shock absorber cap, there we go. I'm gonna need 2 of those. That way, go to my little fancy dancy spring puller machine here and use it basically in reverse function to put these together. Oh! Take that and join this other set. What happened to the Island game on Wednesday? Like I said, we can easily still do that. Heck, if Ryan wants to jump on it, we can definitely do that. I decided to jump on here for once and kind of show you guys this game. Like I said, I don't think anybody's played this game in a long time. It's a little more of a laid-back game with nothing to, so to speak, worry about. Break disc ventilated, not good enough for me. Break disc. What? Nope. Ventilated. Okay, right? Yeah, I mean, absolutely nothing can kill me on this game. They made sure that not even the lifts will fall, so I can't even accidentally drop something heavy on me. I'm doing the same with the game right now. Ah, what game you doing, Shane? Oh, okay. Is this upper suspension arm there, and okay, yeah. No upper suspension arm, and okay, yep. Ah. Cool. Those parts. Yep, I'm gonna finish her all up. It's gonna look real nice when I'm done. Only got 2 bushings left. I'm not even gonna be able to finish the car. I'm gonna have to buy more bushings. Front sway bar and steering rack. Front sway bar, steering rack. I feel bad for these really fancy old cars. Oh, I bought the wrong one. Whoopsie. Front sway bar B. Sway bar. Front sway bar B. There we go. That's the right one. Whoopsie. That's what Portal is. It's a puzzle game. Inner tie rod. Wow. Okay, I need 2 of those because it's going to be 1 on each side. Outer tie rod. Oh, come on. 2 of those. Kind of. Oh, like the escape room things. Me too. Seems like it could be interesting. I've seen and heard of people that go to those and don't even complete like literally the very first section of the place. And then I've heard of other people that are so observant and so just intaking of the knowledge of stuff around them that literally they end up through the whole thing long before the time is ever up. And link B, and what's the one over here? And link B. And link B. Two of those. For me, it's always amazing when working on this game, seeing just how many parts go into even just the front end of a vehicle like this. Because this is an older vehicle. There's less to deal with on this than there is a modern vehicle. So for me, I'm just like, wow. I need brake pads. Brake pads. Brake pads. Boom. There we go. I think you're doing an escape right now. I don't think I would complete them because the people that design those, they go through a lot of trouble trying to make sure that they're beatable, but they're also challenging. And depending on what kind of escape room you go to, because there are some that are really, really intense, and there's some that are easier. But I think that I could get at least past the first, if not the second room on some of them. You did an easy level 1 and it was hard? Wow. See, I know the one of the ones I looked up, they actually stated that if you haven't seen the Saw movies, you literally cannot beat that game. Like, you won't be able to finish the last section of it at all. That's cool. Oil filter V8, and I think it was an OHV. Pretty sure that's the right one. Yeah, OHV. Did you finish both of those, or did you finish one of them, Shining, or? Yeah, because one of them I looked up, Patience, was based on the movie Saw, and they literally stated that every aspect of it was taken directly from the movies. Escape rooms. This is not escape. But they fully went through a lot creating the one that I looked up. Those for the Saw movies. Alright, flywheel. Nice. See, that's actually super nice of them anyways. I've heard that about several different places that they've let people finish up their stuff, or at least try to, even like just for no reason. That's pressure plate. Wow, where did I go? I just like I said, this game moves you so fast that I'm like, slow down. collect release bearing. So again, it's why they do appointments. They're busy. Yeah. That's what I've heard. Like, some can stay busy all year round, and then others just, like, they get busy and then they die down. And then they get busy and they die down. Like, they just have these, like, up and down dead points sometimes for some of them. VAO. B, right? A. Okay. Yep. This one. Two of those. Then, aren't they actually like not expensive, but they're not exactly like a $10 or $20 trip. They're relatively pricey-ish. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Ain't exactly cheap, but they are nice to do. That's basically the consensus almost everybody has ever told me. Totally worth it, even though it's costly. Rear muffler. That's the standard V8. This one. Rear muffler V8 LHV, I believe. Yep. Interesting. Have you guys seen the movie Escape Room? That was crazy. I liked that movie, but dang, that somehow I could actually see that being a thing in real life. I gotta make absolutely sure. Block, but standard piston. Okay. It's based around the idea of escape rooms, but basically, I don't have any piston rings. Okay. Essentially, rings. There we go. In the movie, essentially, all these people are having hardships in life. And so they're invited to try and do an escape room in order to, if I remember right, win a giant prize or something like that. And the thing is what they don't actually tell them. Which one? Wait, there's two? Let me go double check. Oh, wait. Yeah, because I have seen both. I mean, literally both of them. There was one in 2019. That's the first one. And the first one, after it's over, literally has the part 2 on it. So the 2019 actually is the pre-section to the 2021. So don't... Yeah, so don't watch 2021 until after you've seen 2019, because technically speaking, I think, if I remember right, there's 1 or 2 people in there that are actually in the 2021 one. But yeah, basically they're trying to do escape rooms that, a escape room, I should say, that happens to have life or death consequences. But if they can finish it, apparently the winner would get a massive prize. Not fully like the cube, but I guess like it's got aspects of it. Because this is as if some really rich people went in and paid for one heck of a escape room to be built. Like if they built this one in real life, that's in the movie, and said, you know what, we're just gonna build this in real life but not make it deadly. Oh man, I'd even be willing to pay $1,000 to go to it. I mean, technically speaking, yeah, there could be a way to do it. For like laser beams and stuff, have it so you're wearing a suit that basically, or even no suit, just have it so some laser beams that would cut you or whatever technically are coming towards you, and essentially if they touch you, aka the beam breaks and would slice you, when that beam breaks, it sets off a buzzer and all those beams stop, and then anybody who was touched has to exit immediately, and then after about a minute or so it resumes and starts again, and those people have to keep going. You could also do various other little things to make them real life like. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 valve push rods. Or are you wondering, like, if you could personally build one that's relatively cheap-ish, but closest thing me and you as average citizens could probably build that would be close to it is have rooms that, for instance, are like a checker pattern. You could have a checker pattern board room and do something where essentially certain squares in that room are actually like pitfall traps where they open up and drop, and have people drop into a lower area that has. Oh yeah, it's true. Man, if you're talking about that, that's capital, bro. You need some serious capital to do that. I'm talking, I can come up with ideas that even a poor person could throw together if they had just a little bit. Yeah, if you had something where the whole entire room was able to move at all times and keep doing that, man, that could be an interesting throw together. Rocker arms. Rocker arm. So rocker arm. You need 16 of those, I believe. Because I believe it's one for every things. There we go. Yeah, that'd be crazy if they made one that actually worked. You go in there like, you get motion sickness. You're like, I don't think so. Why? And they're like, this room moves. You're just like, oh. Don't get me wrong, it's just me being lazy, but I really wish that I could just be like, install all rocker arm and have it just auto install all these. But unfortunately, you would probably in real life be keeping all this as like a in a pocket or something like that, because they're not huge. They're semi-small items. You probably just keep them all in a big pocket. Or even a pouch, and then you basically just pull one out, put it on there, screw it down. There you go, bucko. Your engine's almost back to new. Almost looks like you didn't shit on this building, or this car. A Mach 1 is a beautiful vehicle. Should not let it get that bad off. Maybe like jump into the front end, be like, rah! Go way down in there suddenly. That's what you call diving into your job. I never know what I have and haven't fixed really, so I just click around until I find what I've done. So, and for some folks, some people that are mechanics might go play this game and just keep chattering. Me, I'm trying to do that, but it's a little bit hard for me. I need 2 more spark plugs. So spark plugs, still more. I kind of wish I had a Dodge Avenger on here, but the person was like, hey, I need my battery changed, because I kind of want to show you what has to go on to a Dodge Avenger. They're not exactly a open the hood, pull the battery out, put a new battery in sort of vehicle. Go. Got that. There's that. Okay. Got all that good. Okay. And I need a fuel filter. I need a fuel filter. fuel filter. Ignition. I guess it's distributor. Yeah, distributor. Some people on this game, I swear, they're so ungrateful. Have your vehicle in your shop for months on end, and all they say is, "Hey, why haven't you been done yet?" Coil. Coily, there we go. That's what I was looking for. What's the other piece that was on there? It was a ignition distributor cap. No wires. Gotta secure that down. Can't give our customer back their vehicle, but the clip's missing and stuff. Ignition wires, V8. Okay. Where's V8? Come on, where are they? V8, there they are. That's also why I'm shorthanding, just typing like ignition and stuff like that. Because then I can go in and I can look for a whole bunch of different things all under the ignition. There we go. Air filter, wow, that's a long one. Air filter base B, V8, OHVJ. Air filter base. There we go. That one. Like I recognize it. Air filter base. Okay. Sure, I'll use it. Looks good. Air filter? Yeah, there's definitely no air filter for me. Okay, air filter, this one. And actually, in case you're looking at the prices very, very carefully when I purchase stuff, you'll notice that like it might say $10, but it takes 9 out of my account or stuff like that. That's because I actually am like a known mechanic on the game, essentially. And because of that, they give me discounts. Oh shoot. Air filter cover. Okay. Base filter cover. There we go. There we go. I wonder how much time it took them to get the rights to use all this. That's what I'd like to know. Cam gear. Okay. Cam gear. V8. I guess the V8 OHV. I got to double check though, because you do not want to be buying the wrong stuff. You barely get paid in this game anyways. Like, So it's not like you want to be buying a whole bunch of stuff. Like even what I'm doing right now, way excessive. This person didn't want half this stuff. I'm just basically upcharging them essentially. Just, yo, hey, pay me. And then they're like, yeah, too bad. I didn't want it. Here's what you get. In the real world, it's like, no, that's not how this works. Timing chain. And they just tell you, whoops, wow, the timing chair. Oh, I actually already have played this game quite a bit. So are you talking about how much did I have before I started working on this car, or how much do you start with originally in the very, very beginning? Yes. All right. In the very, very beginning, I think you get like $200. Before I started on this car, I was at like 74,000 or something like that. I was doing relatively well, but yeah, you have like $200 I think in the beginning, and basically all it is you buy a jug of oil and then an air filter because somebody needs a basic tune-up done, and it says replace the air filter and give them new oil or something like that, and you do that, and it says customer doesn't wish to have spark plugs replaced. So that's what you start with, and you buy all the material for like $45 or something like that, and then you get like $60. Yeah, like you don't even get all that much for doing this stuff, so I'm like, okay. So yeah, to get to where I've gotten right now, even though I've got a lot of money now, it actually does take a while to build that money up. Water pump. Okay. Water pump. Okay, fine. 2 words. I think this mechanic is like a backyard mechanic doing stuff out of some some like back alleyway, because I'll show you this. Okay, so I'm like, oh yeah, this is my place, this is my shop and all that, and then I'm like, let's exit to my parking area where I have my personal vehicles. So I go to this, and if I click this, so I'm just opening the door from my garage where I do all my mechanic work and walking out to this. So suddenly, you know, as a professional mechanic with a shop with 3 lifts and everything and all that fancy tech, like I haven't shown it to you yet, but I got a dyno in there and everything. This guy walks out into a parking garage. Yeah, see, if I need cash, I'll sell this. I hate this truck. It's beautiful, but no. Unless I made tons of money, I would never have one in real life. That, though, that I would have. That still needs to be fixed up. This is a Jeep Willy. I bought this and then restored it. The only thing I hadn't gotten around to is the engine, but most of it's working. At least the last time I was on was. Oh, Apparently it's been rusting. I don't know. Yeah, stuff is actually rusting because all these cars were pretty much fixed. That one of my old school Mustangs. This one, which is my chromed out one, which for some reason is not rusting, it looks like. Looks nice. I switched out just the driver's side seat. And there's this, which is my... Damn, stop playing Mustang Rust. I got a little star on the front. Kind of like a Captain America referencing, but... got my Jeep Wrangler right there. Oh, and since you've seen my vehicle in real life, those are the same tires that we use. Yeah, this thing, if you wanted to be able to buy it, is $205,461. So that's why I'm like, if I need money, I'll just sell the truck. Yeah, that truck was not cheap to throw together. Neither was the Jeep, if I remember right. The vehicle that's rusting just to the right of that truck is, I think, like $300,000 in that rusted form. Oh yeah, that's right, battery. Take the battery. Booyah! Come on, there we go. Yep, that's right. Dead battery all the way to full. Boom. It works. Okay, now then. Assemble mode. That's right. I got rid of all of it because it was all junk. Man, that's horrifyingly bad. The weird part is, even if you like grind, polish, and fix the car, those scratches, even after you paint it and everything, are still there. So I'm like, that's why I say, I think this is a backyard mechanic. He's blocked off part of that parking garage and just like made these little areas for him to paint in and do dyno work. Because if you notice, he wants to be able to like pull in over here, and then he's got, not in here, it's all closed off, but you do have a garage right here. So he blocked off this back wall where there might not be a drivable area. But then, coming here, he's got another garage door. So he's got a way out through there. He's got a way out through over there on the other side. And then he's got a way out right here. So I think he's in an actual parking garage doing all this work. He or she. And then, since I have employees and everything, and a sheet of paper that clearly states the windshield wipers and stuff like that we need, I even have this nice little area up here for my people that work for me to come lounge. Let's move this equipment to my left. That's lift 2. Yep. I'm almost done with the entirety of knowing how to do stuff. Like level 6 for fix-ups, you can repair body parts. Like literally, if I get that, I could repair even the parts on the outside of this. So that will be nice. That's my toolbox. That's that. Oh yeah, I gotta shut these doors. Don't want anybody letting mice anywhere in my building. Here it is. My welder. Move this to Carbon B. There we go. And then use the equipment. There we go. Got rid of all that rust on the outside. Oh, she's polished. Did they actually fix that problem? Yes, they did. And that fender. I'm gonna get rid of that fender. There we go. There we go. But yeah, no, it used to keep the scratches even after you repaired it. So I'm so thankful that they actually fixed that. This person should be happy. Especially since I know they're gonna rip me off. Left headlight, right headlight. Body shop. Headlight. Yeah, and then like I could actually change out my lights and everything on various things. Ford Mustang. There we go. Left headlight. Whew, that's pricey. Right headlight. Those better work. they better be the right ones. Cause man, that's pricey. Like $400 a headlight or something like that. Front bumper. Front bumper. Man. F Ford bumper. There we go. Man, I think that as a professional mechanic shop, I'm getting ripped off. Holy shit. Go. And yes, I do have to color this. I do know that. Fender. Okay, yep. Fender. And I scroll down here to the F's. Oops. F, there we go. There we go. Ford Mustang Mach 1. Left fender, right fender. Okay, we are looking for some windows right now. Wow, there's a lot of windows. E, and where is the F? Ford G, Ford. Mustang. Aha, Mach 1 Mustang. Front left window, front right window, the front window. Body. There we go. Okay. There should be. I just purchased all that. put it in a freaking warehouse? Oh, I actually had some stuff in here I could have used. Not much, but I did have. Okay, why is that? Trunk window. Trunk window. Get it back here when it's coming. Yeah, here I'm like. Trunk window. So. Okay, front right door. Front right door. That's all I can think of. Front right door and front right door window, and then front left door. I wish it would automatically put me right back where I was. So it's somewhere down in here for left door. Window. There we go. Okay. Put that on. Ba 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 ba. So many mirrors. There we go. Not one left. I'll get higher car. The rest from being in a garage, but not to. No, did you not see? That's not a temperature controlled garage. That's a literal parking garage. Yeah, they're not rusting in here. They're rusting out there in the parking garage. Right body, window A. Window A. Four. There's a lot of window A's. E, F. There we go. Wow. Besides money that I wasted on some windows that for some reason never arrived, that was 4K. Trunk. Yep, trunk. Trunk. The Ford Mustang. F. Mach 1 trunk. Yeah, I love this game because once you install stuff, you can click it. And, let's see. You got normal mode. You can click it. It opens. And it shows you basically what it would actually be like. I don't know why it's all chromy on the inside and reflective, but whatever. Left tail light, right tail light. Tail light. So many cars, so many lights, so many items. Left tail light. Ooh. Yeah, they're just stealing all my money. $800 worth of just tail lights. Yeah. Rear bumper. Gotta go to. Wait, that's way too far. Whoopsie. No. Maybe right there. That one. There we go. Looks good. Now, to figure out what those tire sizes are. My inventory. Where do I have your... Actually, that's those. Okay, so here is what we do. Since this is so complex, I take this magical device right here called a cell phone, and I take a picture of the two sizes that I need because I get very annoyed with this. Actually, it may only be one size today. 60s. Yeah, that's just one size. Okay. So what I gotta do is just take the one. There we go. Okay. And go to here, tablet. Go back and tire shop. Okay, so it was a vintage race tire. Right here. This is the tire. I need 4 of them. Size of 15. So that's the rim size. You got the width, which is going to be a 245. That's like a drag tire. Profile being 60. She's chunky. She got chunk to her. A little over $3,000 in tires, but ouch. Okay, now come over here. My tire changer. Install a tire. That. And junk in the trunk, yeah. So I need these ones. And then it's gonna and pushes it all down. That's typically done with a machine that presses it, and then if it doesn't get it pressed all the way down, what you're doing is you're taking a tool, and as it's coming down, you're pushing it over. Basically, they just have a thing they stick in there, and then that way, as it comes down, they pull it, and it goes, and it just flaps it under. I learned that when I worked at a Sam's Club. Beautiful. Okay, so nope, not that one. I don't know why I still have that other one. Oh yeah, and wheel balancer. Thankfully, I have an automated wheel balancer at this location. Take that and install the last one that I have. this one? Beep boop, beep boop. Beep. Need these weights and bam, there you go. You just take that because that's how it's done. Wait, they're talking about me. They said something about almost a complete withdrawal from people. Beep boop, beep boop. I'm not certified on this machine. I should probably be looking at these diagrams of stuff. Brakes and this. And some numbers up there. We're just gonna click some buttons on here. We're gonna hope that things work out. And then when we close that lid and we walk away and we tell the boss we don't know what happened. There we go. No items to work with. Are you sure? Because pretty sure I have one on me. Yeah, I definitely have the tire on me. Why am I missing one? Let's hope none of that happen. Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to those machines, say beep 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 beep, and close the lid. And yep. Let's see. Oh, that one wasn't balanced. Okay. Well, see, that's the problem. The other one I had on me wasn't balanced. They would have been walking around as they start driving. Just. That's the problem. See, I was just, like I said, I was just looking at these charts and just pressing buttons and walking away. Gotta make sure stuff works. Gotta make sure that it drives right, especially when it's this sort of vehicle. I don't know why these people trusted me with their car. I mean, I'm living in a parking garage. There we go. Got that. Okay. Now, lower the sucker. Actually, wait, no. No. I don't want to tune it. What's the button? Car status. Oh, wait. I know why. Because I didn't tear out the interior. I don't care. There we go. It's all good. Ain't nothing bad there. That's what you call mechanics vision. When they're staring at a car and suddenly they see through all the steel and they can see what parts are good and bad. That's what happens. You know, it's weird because usually there's a button I can press to check everything. Aha! I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ding your car door. No. Nope. I did forget something though. Where is... Oh no. I got no oil. There's a problem. No oil pan. Cannot do this. Why not? What if I want to spill oil all over the floor? And good, she clears. Okay, rod caps. Yeah, just this. Rod something. Rod cap, that's what it was. There's 8 pistons, so you need 8 of these. There we go. Now she's coming along. She's getting beautiful. Looks like she's brand new now. Crankshaft bearing caps. We're sure gonna have to get some of those because I doubt that my character fixed them. Can't seem to fix nothing else in his life. Oh, hey, what do you know? He did fix them. Congratulations, character. You finally did something worthwhile. Living in a garage was not one of your life's greatest achievements. There we go. And crankshaft bearing cap. Crankshaft bearing. Hey, I'll touch all the buttons, okay? All of them. Press every single button, and I'll make sure that anything. Oh, one sec. I just need to check this really quick. Sorry about that. Had a fellow streamer be like, "Hey, where you been?" I told him I died. And if he believes me, he's more gullible than even I am. Okay, oil pan. We do not have that one. Oil pan. That's a lot of oil pans. Why can't they just make these things semi-universal? It was this one. I know that because I recognize the shape. Also because it says Ford. This? I found out that there's some weird stuff that just in general Ford and many others make that are literally proprietary. It's like only them that makes their particular items on certain stuff. I need to go back to that one. Bam, there we go. Okay, now then. Looks pretty good. I fixed all those. I'm gonna give myself some gold stars for checking it because yep, they were all fixed. The knocking noises are gone. I put in the new timing belt. Water pump pulley. Oh, I should probably put that in. Seems kind of important. Yeah, there's clearly not a water pump pulley in here. Pump pull. Maybe it was this one. You would really think that I would have known that, but nope, absolutely not. Wait a second. Or was it? I just seen it. I literally just seen what I was trying to find. There. That. The examine tools button. Fuel pressure test? Seems we're a little low, I think, but it says we're all good. Okay, so how about compression? The engine needs to be complete. Perform this action. What am I forgetting? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. Because I need to go down here to... yes. A pulley ain't very good without an actual pulley. Are you streaming later than your 7? Oh, I just realized it is past that. Wow. Just, I guess, till I'm done with this stream. Electronic meter. Voltage meters. Yep, this is what I do with those two. I'm just like, what's this one? Yeah, looks good, I guess. Now I actually look it up and like, what do these things mean? And I'm like, that's the one I need to be on. Tire tread tester. They're brand new. They better all be 100%. We just spent like $3 grand on tires, so they best be. Yep, 100%. OBD2 scanner. This car doesn't have an OBD port. That's right. Wait, what? ARM V8. Oh. ARM. Apparently, this little hunk of steel cost almost nothing. Like $4 for that piece. Ah, we need an alternator, I bet. Nope. Hey, what do you know? I got lucky. Didn't have to spend more money. Okay, yep. Need that. Serpentine belt. Okay. Ah, that's a lot of belts. Too many belts. Serpentine belt 8. Oh, A. Okay, so belt A. Good thing I want to get done. Not a problem. You take care of patients. Have a great night. What's this? I gotta have the B serpentine belt. And one. And I put that in there. Sheesh, radiator fan. How many pieces do you want me to put on this car? Jeez. It's almost like you folks think that I'm trying to rebuild it or something. Compression test. Oh, that's right. No oil. Wow, how did it say that was perfectly good and we don't have any oil in the system? That is a really faulty test. Let's just pour oil in here till I feel it's okay. Alright, there, I guess. That seems good. go. Yep. That's better. Okay, we already did a... Well, not bad. And one last check, I believe. Oh wait, never mind. Nope. Too old of a car. I don't need that. Oh, nope. Wrong one. Yeah. Need to lower it, not raise it. Actually, I should do an examination first. Where is it? Car status. Okay, we did all that. We put the new timing belt and serpentine belt stuff in, and water pumps, gears. I definitely repaired the engine. That had everything redone on it. The whole car was redone, in fact. So, for those of you who do not know, I literally repaired this car from scratch. I just basically... This car came into the shop and they're like, there's a knocking noise under the hood. And I basically was like, okay. And I tore apart the entire car. New ignition wire, fuel pump, air filter, yep. We got this. I don't even have to gold star them. Hey man, good to see you. Start fixing the car and doing something. Yep. Hell yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not finding many jokes this time besides me. I mean, I'm kind of the big joke on this one, because me fixing cars, anybody that actually knows me, I'm not much of a mechanic. Like, don't get me wrong, I can fix a car, but it's not like I'm jumping with excitement going, yes, I get to work on a car today. Like, I've known people like that, but that's not me. He's become focused. Cars are now his life, yes. Okay, and knocking sound is fixed. Yep, buddy. And now, what I need to do is I need to drop this all the way down. Because this is a Mach 1, man. You don't just... it's also missing a front windshield. Why am I missing a front windshield? Yeah, I am. I'm literally missing a front window. Also, we need to go front window. Wait, is it not in that page? Wrong. Wrong shop. Body shop. Front window. Window. Why can't we just put plexiglass over the front and then just call it good? If it breaks out, just be like, I have no idea what the hell happened. I know I ordered a window. Front window. There we go. Boom. Assembly mode. Put the windshield on. What? I just bought it. Literally. It took the cash out of the account and everything. Ford mount. Oh, whoops. Never mind. That's not the window I needed for that one. Whoopsie. That's the one I needed. Just take the regular Mustang window. Make it fit on there. Hit this thing with a hammer a few times. There we go. Move the car to... Let's go to the dyno. Gotta make sure the car is running well. Okay, I gotta type on this computer right here. Oh, there's a rubber bushing missing. So where we need to do is we need to put that back on the lift. And that's why we take it all around to check things. Max 3,200 kilograms. I don't know what a kilogram is. That looks like a lot of voltage. Quattro something. Has one wire that goes up to that one. Has one wire that goes down to this line. This line goes over here and disappears into this building part right back here. And since I can't actually see in there, I don't think it actually goes to anything. Literally, there's no air pump in there. So we're getting pressure from nothing. It's called magic, folks. Magic. There you go. I found some comedy by just walking around and looking at stuff. And what the hell is this? Evert garage equipment. Okay, so where is this damned thing that I was talking about? Ah, there it is. Oh, I found the missing bushing. Oh, there was two. I swear I had that. That other one I'm pretty sure I had. But what the hell? Whatever. Bushing. There is never enough bushings in your hand. Always be thankful. George Bush gave you bushings. I don't even think that's how it works, but maybe it is. Okay. Let's drop it back down. I believe we got it all. No. Lower that lift. Now, take this. First, we're gonna go to the dyno. I'm doing step by step. I'm bringing it down on everything I can. Okay, so by fixing this vehicle up, what did we do to it? Okay, stock horsepower 370, and we got 611 Newton meters, I think is what that is. So, but anyways, 5,050 RPM with 370 horsepower. There we go. We brought her back to life, folks. She is now great again. Okay, so take it. Move on to stage 2, the paint. We don't. Whoopsie. We don't want our customers suffering. So what we gotta do is paint shop. We'll paint this car, and they probably still want it as their current paint job. So paint that car. There we go. Okay, now we gotta move this car again and bring it over to the test path. Let all those paint fumes clear out of there. We gotta come over here. There you go. And now, this is where we get to figure out if we're gonna. Oh, wait, that's right. Start the test. There we go. Okay. Rum. There we go. Now it's gonna bounce us a little too. It's gotta test our suspension. Chugga, 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 chugga. Just barely. That's the front suspension tested. And here's the rear suspension. And we are not missing anything. We can now give this back to the customer. Finish that. Boom. Yeah. Wait. Car is incomplete. Oh, yeah, I forgot to give them their license plates back. That's right. I forget to do that sometimes, folks. There's no items to work with. I sold their license plates. Uh-oh. I'm a very bad mechanic, folks. I was like, hey, money. We're going to tell them, we're going to give them their plates back, but it's going to be, let's see, this guy was from, I don't remember. We're just going to pretend that we know where he's from and buy him a base license plate. License plate shop. You're probably from Jamaica. That sounds right. Where's... Ooh, Dubai license plate. You know, let's see if there's just a general license plate. Something that doesn't have anything. They can't be mad as long as you have a license plate, right? I mean, that's what I think. Maybe. I hope that's what... I can't believe that I forgot about that. There's not a general license plate. Okay. Can I look at the order form? Car status. And of course they didn't leave me any info about that. Sir, I need to call you on the telephone. Ooh, beautiful. Well, I guess this guy's gonna get a random license plate, so he'll never know the difference. So I'm just gonna scroll once, scroll twice, and bam, we're gonna go with this one. Chinese. He's gonna get this one. It looks like a house. People like their house, right? Enter license plate number. Let's go. All for you. Yeah, all for you. Got two of them. $1,800. See, I gave him an upgrade. Giving him a custom license plate. That's nice, right? All for you. There we go. Car status. Let's finish your order. Hey, they took it back. That's good. Well, folks, this thing right here, I think they said has some brake problems. Yeah, brake problems. Oh, you have a long list of brake issues, apparently. We gotta get you up onto a lift. And then we gotta get this one onto the lift as well. There we go. But I do believe, folks, that this is where I'm going to stop it for today. If you would like to see more of the car simulation stuff from me, go ahead and give me a shout out down below. Or not a shout out. Wow. Oh, I'm thinking about YouTube and when it has the algorithm of likes and all that. Anyways, if you would like to see more car stuff, either tell me in a whisper, tell me on the chat, or tell me in my Discord, which is linked below. Anyways, for now, that is all we're going to do for this stream. And save game and return to menu. And I will be finding us someone to raid. Because everybody knows you got to raid them panties at the end of the day. And yes. see, who would I raid today? Raid a channel. Let us see if Cat is on. Cut to our go. Nope, nothing. You know what? Let us check. I'm gonna go into my Twitch and see what's going through everybody's heads. You know what? Let's check out Sugar Diabetes. He is a dude that I watch often. Oh, no. I just found a gamer. Relaxed Gamer is on. In fact, let's go to see him. Relaxed. There we go. He is playing Ghost Exile. If I remember right, that is a game that basically you're hunting ghosts on there. I think he's going crazy or something. He's playing it in a dark room. So yeah, we're gonna go check him out. Let's go have some fun, folks. Ready to raid in 3, 2, 1. Oh! Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you, brother.